KnoItAllz listeners, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Smash the Gas podcast. Right now, you got me and your homie Big G in the building. The homie Kerb having some technical difficulties. He's trying to fix those things up. We're gonna come at you with the fastest 40 minutes in podcasting, talking about all the stuff going on in Steeler Nation today, talking about the George Pickens trades, potential replacements. Big G gonna do a breakdown and tell us why the Steelers may need to transition to a 4-3 defense from the 3-4 defense. We're gonna try and get it in and get it in relatively quick. We're gonna bring Kerr back right this second and see if his technical difficulties are taken care of. If it's not, he on his way to the padded room.
What's up, man?
What's
That's good.
happening,
You
Kerr?
good now?
You hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was just telling everybody what's going down. No Big G ready to crash out. Not sure why. I'm gonna say like the homie Aaron Rodgers say, just relax, man. Just relax. But let's
Come on, you Yenzi. You don't tell me to relax. We just lost a top 10 talent at wide receiver. What the heck are you talking about, Tate? Let's go,
Big,
man. I'm ready
Big
to go
G.
right now. Let's go.
Two months ago, you was the main one saying trading.
Listen, man.
I can go
Listen,
back
man.
to several podcasts and several clips and see where you said trade George Pickens, get rid of him. You said it.
I know, man. But, man, we was
Okay.
building something. We was
50,
building
50,
something.
we back in the building already.
No. No, you don't trade. You don't trade him after the draft, Tate. You don't do that. What the hell? For a third and a fifth after the draft?
Hey,
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Let's go,
hey,
dog. Let's go, dog. Let's go. Let's go.
AB was better than him. What they get for AB? Don't they call AB Mr. Third and Fifth? That's what they
Come
got
on,
for
dog.
AB.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. You don't trade him. You didn't get nobody to replace him. You traded him 2 weeks after the draft, and you got a third and a fifth round, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Come on. You just I'm gonna reel you on into crash out zone. Because I'm telling you,
See,
this is ridiculous.
they never were going to get better than a third round pick. Never. Not even if they traded. Now they could have got a player in the third round this year if they did it. But so there's that. But I got to believe there's something else in the move. There's a lot of talk about Alan Lazard. Kurt, what you think about this whole GP thing, man?
Man. I mean, you know what? We kind of expected it, but when it happened, it was a shock. Because, like you say, it seemed like you should have did this during the draft. But I get it. If it ain't nobody else to make a deal, then you can't make a deal to yourself. But I really don't like it. But hey, at the end of the day, it's probably best. But like G said, we was just thinking, man, you got Pickens and DK together, but we had to see what they do. The only thing I don't like is, but we don't know. I mean, do they have a plan, or what is the plan? I mean, we might wake up tomorrow and they trade for Tyreek Hill. Who knows? I don't know.
Kirby, let me tell you something, bro. This makes absolutely no sense. As of today, as of 5/7, 2025, this makes absolutely no sense, bro. No sense. We don't have a quarterback. We traded a top 10 talent after the draft. I was all with it if you trade him on draft day because you
Yep.
get somebody to replace him. But now we don't have we're in the same position we was last year in the wide receiver room. The exact same position. The same. There's nothing different. We have not added value to that room. So what are we doing? What are we doing? That's why I'm on crash out mode right now, bro. What are we doing? It doesn't make sense.
I
Y'all gonna just be
mean,
quiet. Y'all gonna
no,
just be
I
quiet? I
mean,
mean, what?
I would say this, and like I say, who knows what their plan is, but right now, if you be honest with yourself, you would say the Pittsburgh Steelers do not have an offensive plan. Because, like you say, you're getting rid of the receiver. Your quarterback situation is still, who knows what's going on there. But like I say, we don't know everything they know. So maybe they, well, I'm quite sure they know what they're doing. But from the outside looking in, it looked like they have no plan whatsoever.
Listen, I don't mind them trading, and I'm going to be clear. I don't mind them trading George Pickens on draft day or before draft day. What I'm crashing out about is why in the hell do you trade him after draft day? It makes absolutely no sense. You don't have a plan as of now to replace him. We're in the same position that when we was last year. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm crashing out, because we didn't get the player. And even more this, I love Jack Sawyer. But if we knew we was trading GP, why in the hell don't you get a wide receiver in the damn 4th round? What the hell are you thinking about?
That receiver from Stanford was available at when
Facts.
Jack Sawyer got took.
That is facts, Tate. That is facts. We could have got that kid, and he helps. Hell, Royals was there. And the kid from Colorado State was there. Royals from Utah State was there. The kid from Colorado State was there. And the kid from Stanford was there. And I love Jack Sawyer. But, dog, you don't trade after. No freaking way. Not after.
Well, unless there's a plan. Last year they went into training camp still waiting on Brandon Ayuk. I don't think they doing that this year. It's still May. Training camp hadn't started yet. I mean, they got the young guys, the undrafted free agents, get them a try. You see how Roman Wilson comes back. I'm not saying that they don't need another body. They do. But you don't know who that could potentially be. Kerby is big. I have no idea why. I need to put him on the padded room for this thought. Did you see Tim Lyons' comment, Kerby? Because I agree, turn your mic up a little bit. But not that we need to hear much from you, though, but at least turn it up if you do say something. You might want to defend yourself for wanting to get what's his name, Big G?
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. Yes.
I don't see what's the issue with him? I mean,
Big G. First one to the padded.
Send him.
Crazy, man. You right. I am crazy.
Kerby in the padded room.
Kerby, I'm crashing out, and I'm not going to the damn padded room tonight. But what the hell is going on with you, Kerby?
But what I'm saying, though, I don't see – it ain't like now, if we was bringing Amari Cooper in to be the number one guy, I understand that. But to put him on the side of DK?
No.
He's better than Keenan Allen.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Stop that, Kerby. Hell no. Hell no.
Keenan Allen was a 3rd wide receiver last year in Chicago and had about 6 touchdowns.
Listen, I watched Cooper go 1,400 yards with Joe Flacco. I mean,
how many years ago?
Just 2 years ago? 2 years.
Get him out of here. He's washed.
But what
who got better career numbers? Cooper or Keenan Allen?
Probably.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Probably out. I would say maybe out because Cooper got traded. I think he held out at the beginning of the year because he wanted to get out of Cleveland. So last year was a wasted year for him. But now I would say, yeah, put me in the padded room if I said we bringing him in as our number one guy. And we're going to expect to get 90 receptions out of him. I'm not saying that. You bring him in as a number 2, especially if you get Rodgers, because DKs are always going to get the top guy. And any other corner, Amari Cooper is going to get open. And with an accurate quarterback like Rodgers, it will work.
No way, bro. The only way I'm settling for this. The only way I'm settling for this, and I'm telling you, I'm going to crash out more for a minute. But the only way I'm settling for this is if they have a plan to get Pierce or Pittman out of Indianapolis, if they have a plan to get Jalen Waddle out of Miami, or if they got a plan to get Chris Olave out of New Orleans, if those are one of the 4 options that turns into the second wide receiver, I'm okay. Otherwise, we got worse. We got worse at wide receiver, bro.
You're paying big money for those guys.
No, you ain't. Most of them on rookie deals, except for Waddle. Pittman and Pierce and them. That ain't money.
If you trade for those guys are gonna want a new contract. They ain't gonna.
No.
Why?
I don't. I think Pittman just signed the deal though. Pittman for the Colts.
Them
correct.
Them guys is. You can get Cooper cheap. It's only a 1 year thing, and then after that, next year you draft your number 2 receiver.
No, bro. We need a legit number 2.
Michael Pittman signed a 3 years, $70 million. So he making about 23. That ain't
cheap.
Bad.
Yeah.
That ain't bad. 23 ain't bad.
Bring him in.
He just signed it.
Yeah. Pittman, Pierce, Olave.
Hey.
Jalen Waddle might cost you a little bit, but the potential, what he is a dog. But any of those dudes, no. Hell no.
In Arthur Smith offense, the Pittsburgh Steelers are not paying $50 million to 2 receivers. It ain't gonna happen.
But hold on, let me tell you something about what you're talking about, Arthur Smith.
It ain't gonna happen.
Kerby, let me tell you something about Arthur Smith offense. Let me explain this.
Okay.
Arthur Smith could be gone tomorrow. You draft a guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers, not for Arthur Smith. You draft a guy who's going to play if Arthur Smith is there or if he ain't there. That's what you're doing, bro. This is about the Steelers. This ain't even about Mike Tomlin. You drafted for the Steelers.
Gee, you crashing out, and I'm gonna tell you why. You just like what you said. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm not sure if Arthur Smith signed a 3-year or 2-year contract. They're not gonna fire him. 3. So okay, so he got this year and next year. They're not gonna fire him.
He don't need to be fired. He had a chance to prove his offense yet.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, my thoughts in his offense, the Steelers is not going to pay $50 million to 2 receivers. I don't see it happening. I don't.
Well, you setting us up to lose. You're setting us up to lose.
That's just my belief. I don't see it happening. I can see them. You got DK. They're going to get a cheaper guy. Then obviously, I think next year they'll draft a guy. They're fine with that. But to give one guy 30, the another guy 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers is not doing that.
Well, like I said, then that's setting us up to lose. Because we got available money. It's not like we still got big cap money. Even if we sign Rodgers, we still got money left. We got enough money to sign whatever we need to sign.
I agree with you, G, but at the end of the day, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dan Rooney is the owner. We thought the beginning of the free agency, when the Steelers had all this money, we were all thinking like, man, they're going to do this. They didn't spend anything. I'm just saying.
They traded for DK. What are you talking about?
Okay,
they spent $130 million.
But we thought, and everybody thought at the beginning of free agency, the Pittsburgh Steelers was going to do some serious shopping, and they didn't. All I'm saying is we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they ain't going to spend that type money like that on those on those 2 guys like that. They ain't going to do it.
I don't know why.
I have complete confidence.
I agree with you. I would, like I say, it ain't our money, but they ain't gonna do that. That's not. And I will admit they have over the last few years. They've done a lot of stuff that's been out of their character, but
not out of character. Different because Omar Khan is different than Kevin Colbert.
Facts, Tate. Facts.
Yeah. It's not out of character. Different than what you're used to because the leadership in the general manager's office is different.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the main guy, and the guy that signed those checks, he's still there. And it's like you take it back to the hood. Kevin Colbert was selling rocks on the block. Omar Khan then went and got the crack house or the Carter like Nino Brown. So he got more money and more ideas to work with, getting more clientele.
Man, listen, man. And I'm clarifying this for all y'all over there in the live chat that's over there talking big yak, you Yensies. I'm pissed because how we traded him. I was calling all along to trade him, but you don't trade him 2 weeks after the damn draft. I don't care what you say. That's not logical in any universe. It's not logical.
I guarantee there's another move in the works. It's not going to be just DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin. Not just going to be that. And Robert Wood. They're going to bring another guy in. You'll see. I like what you said earlier about Cortland Sutton. Potentially him, one of these other young guys who haven't quite panned out yet. They still could take a flyer on just to bring some talent in the room. Don't got to even be a big money guy. Because you know why? You know what the homie A-Rod say. Because we've been here before, right? We've been here before.
Yeah. Yeah, the
He said,
Ginsers, look at him.
You need to just relax.
Why you got that
Aaron
gunja up
Rodgers
there,
said
Tate? Why you got that gunja? Why you got that gunja up there, man?
I figure Aaron Rodgers came out the cave with it, man.
Yeah. He got the gunge, the mad gunja.
Just relax. We've been here with Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Chase Claypool, Juju, Manuel Sanders, Martavis Bryant. We've been here before. Outside of Manuel Sanders, did anybody leave and their career got better? AB won a Super Bowl, but he still crashed out.
AB crashed out, but Plexico was better. He was better.
Plexico, yeah, he probably was. But his numbers in Pittsburgh was good, but they had to make a decision. That decision at the time was between Hines Ward and Plexico.
Well, I'm not choosing Plexico over Hines Ward. Get the hell out of here. You got to go. I'm not choosing Plexico Burns over Hines Ward.
You see in the graphic there, Hines Ward trying to talk sense to the little YNs, Mike Wallace and Antonio Brown.
That was that young money, dog. That was that young money right there, Tate. That was that young young money.
Yeah, man. So relax. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback this year. I'm not even worried about that. They're going to bring another receiver. It could be Alan Lazard. He got a history with Aaron Rodgers.
Trash.
I mean, he catch a touchdown. I looked at his numbers. For his receptions, he catch a touchdown once every 10 receptions.
Yeah, but Tate, he got how many receptions for the year? 25? He trash. Get his ass out of here. No way.
You don't want him.
I'm not going to want no damn Alan Lazard or no Cobb or none of get them bums out of here. I don't want none of them.
Here's what they say about Mike Tomlin and receivers.
Mike Tomlin doesn't just let good wide receivers go to a team like the Dallas Cowboys, okay? Saw it with Chase Claypool, no longer in the league. I saw it firsthand because he went to the Chicago Bears. The headache, okay? The Antonio Brown situation you talked about. And now you have a guy who has been fined 10 times in the last 3 seasons for different infractions on his football team, going to walk into the Cowboys facility with a new head coach and just all of a sudden light the world on fire? It seems highly unlikely.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Tate, but listen, I agree with you. I'm telling you, my crash out is based on why they did it. This the deal. We all know, because at least I don't know if y'all know, I've been in the streets all damn day. And the streets know that during draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Dallas Cowboys talked about a GP trade. The compensation was a 4th-round pick. The Steelers said no, right? At that point, it's over. We don't revisit this after and trade for a 3rd and a 5th next year. We got 6 damn 3rd-round picks. What the hell is going on around here?
The 5th is actually in 27. Next year's the 3rd, and they building up a war chest of draft capital to make they move for quarterback.
Bro, that don't help in 2025, bro.
Big G, they gonna do what they do, be okay in 2025. It's gonna be MacGyver. It's gonna be Mike Tomlin taking a paper clip and making a flagpole. It's gonna be some of that, man.
No, dog, no. I mean, I hear you, but no, hell no, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
We will, and I don't disagree that I would have been interested in seeing what it looked like. But if they made the move, they made the move. You don't know, and you're not in the building, G. Even if you're in the streets, you're not in the building. You don't know if George Pickens was ready to go ahead and be a potential holdout this year. Wasn't going to play because they wasn't going to pay him. You don't know that.
Okay, but listen to this, Tate. If he holds out because he's still on a rookie deal, every game he holds out, by the time he gets to week 9, he don't have no salary left. So that means if he comes back in, he don't even have a paycheck because he's still on that rookie deal. So he wasn't in position to hold out. He had to play.
Hey, was Le'Veon Bell in position to hold out?
He already had a contract. He wasn't on his rookie deal. Le'Veon Bell was not on his rookie deal.
No, I think he was. He was. He left. After his first 4 years, he left.
Yeah. Because remember, he was a 2nd-round pick. So they didn't
Yep.
have that 5th-year option.
He picked number like 42, 43. He left. And it didn't work for him career-wise, but he got the money. Think if George Pickens sit out and just work out, somebody will give him some money. And I mean, besides that, you don't know what direction you're gonna go because you don't know if he's gonna be on time on Christmas Day for the game or if he's gonna shoot a shotgun up in the crowd and get a penalty. And when it's fourth quarter, you driving for the winning field goal. You don't know. You lose cannon. So I appreciate all the talent. Appreciate it. Think it's high end, probably top 5 to top 7 potential, but we don't know what it's gonna be. And I trust 95% of the moves the Steelers have made the wide receiver position as far as getting off guys. So, but we'll talk about this more on Pump Your Brakes. Check that out after this. We're going to cut to a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk about Big G going to lead the discussion about why he feels like the Steelers may need to transition to a 4-3 defense from a 3-4 defense, which has been their base defense since 1982. We talking 43 years. Since the year after Mean Joe Greene retired, the Steelers been base 3-4. So we're going to let Big G get in that, and Kerby and I just going to piggyback off whatever he's saying. And once again, get them algorithms up before we go to break. If you're watching on YouTube, you know we're not going anywhere. We're just going to take a quick pause for the calls. You listening on audio platform. We have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. I'm here with the homies Kerb and the homie Big G in the building. He crashed out. He going on a what's that Big used to say about get it the hard way, ski mask way, some, man. Big G on what it is today.
They're killing me, Tate. They're killing me. They're killing me. They're killing me, man. It don't make no sense, man. No sense.
But yeah, man, we can and will rehash the George Pickens situation. Right now, we're gonna jump into the defense, Big G. What's up with the defense, man? What are your thoughts on potentially changing to a 4-3 and why should they do it? Why schematically, as far as player personnel, doesn't work? Like, what are you thinking?
Well, the deal is with the Pittsburgh Steelers is this, and it's the God's honest truth, okay? As of today, we do not have the full personnel to transition to a 4-3 defense. But we run a 4-3 concept because we have 2 edge rushers with 2 guys inside. It would be different if TJ Watt and Highsmith did anything else, including dropping the coverage, but they don't. They are strictly edge rushers. So we run 2 edges with 2 inside guys. That's 4 down linemen. We sit in nickel 58% of the snaps anyway. So our nickel cornerback a lot of times is our blitzer or our Sam or Will outside linebacker. So I'm saying let's build the personnel to put us in position to get away from the 3-4 defense and move to the 4-3. I think we made 3 picks that showed that that's a possibility. Jack Sawyer, Black, and Harmon. All 3 of those guys are traditional 4-3 defensive guys. Why would we bring a 4-3 defensive guy in to play a concept of a 3-4 and continue to sit in nickel? Now, the bottom line is this, and like I said, Steeler fans can get pissed at me about this, and I don't care. It's the truth. Jack Sawyer and Highsmith don't do anything but rush the passer. They are ends. We've run 2 guys inside. Normally it was Hayward and Benton. There's 4. The rest of the time we're sitting in nickel. So we really do run a 4-3. Let's just get away from the 3-4 and put ourselves in position to build a 4-3. But what that's going to take is we need one position field. We have to establish a middle linebacker that's a thumper. We got to get a middle linebacker that can come downhill and crack you and put you on the ground. The Steelers don't have that on the roster as of today. They got Malik Harrison. They got Patrick Queen. They got Peyton Wilson. They don't have a thumper. So if the Steelers, between now and the start of the season, sign a thumper or next year's draft a thumper, then we might as well go ahead and change to a 4-3 anyway. Because it actually plays in our favor from a defensive concept if we have outside linebackers that can run with tight ends and slot wide receivers. Run the freaking 4-3, bro. That's just my call, man. That's my thinking. I don't know if y'all know or understand that. Yeah, we still running freaking Tampa 2. That's facts. Why in the hell are we running that? We don't even have the personnel for Tampa 2. Tampa 2 is a 4-3. So I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. I just want to get y'all thoughts on it, man.
Well, I agree with you, G. And I think part of this was, if you remember when Mike Tomlin got hired, they basically kept the defensive staff. So that was LeBeau. So he, that's what he ran. So Mike Tomlin really never had an opportunity to run his offense, his defense, which I really think he is a 4-3 guy. So that's why they're running those concepts and with the personnel. It really don't it worked, but it ain't really, it ain't the best situation to put those guys in. Oh. So I just believe before you could really move to that, really say we a 4-3 team, I think Watt is going to have to be gone because and the only reason I say that because really, truly in a 4-3 defense, you talking more D ends and you talking about guys that do what Watt do, but they're probably 20, 25 pounds heavier. Because not only they ain't asked to rush all the time, they gonna have to really stick their nose in there for the run.
Not the 4-3 DNs, they not. Not the 4-3 DNs, they not. Not the 4-3 DNs, they not. 4-3 DNs typically about 6'4", 6'5", maybe 270, 275.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
10 pounds away from that. Right now, today.
Well, if you look at Watt, they got him listed at 250.
No, they don't.
I don't know how heavy he is, but I'm just
saying. Look that up right now.
But I'm saying
you flirting with the rubber room, Kerby.
But I still believe he's at least 20 pounds away from that. Especially at this point, that's going to be a lot of bang. He ain't going to do that. He ain't going to want to do that.
Kerby, all he does is rush the quarterback.
Right.
He doesn't do anything else.
He might be better in a 4-3 and a wide 9 where he got more room to maneuver and use his moves and stuff like that.
Yep.
And TJ Watt is listed at 6'4", 252. He is.
Jack Sawyer is bigger than TJ Watt. Yeah. Jack Sawyer is 6'4", 265. And probably going to play about 270.
Tate, see what Myles Garrett, he's probably about 275, 280. How big is Myles Garrett?
So I'm just telling y'all, from a conceptual, the only thing and listen, let me tell you something else about a 4-3.
I didn't get to give my assessment on it.
Oh, go ahead, Tate. Go ahead, man.
6'4", 272 is Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they stuck with the 4-3 for so long because with the 3-4 for so long. Because when they went to 3-4 initially, and even in the late Chuck Noll era, especially the Bill Cowher era, that's when they got the Blitzburg moniker. They was mixing it up. They didn't know where blitzes was coming from.
Facts.
The slot would blitz, the middle linebacker would fire blitz up the gap. You got coming off the edge. You got defensive ends. Defensive tackles and stuff dropping back in the zone coverage. They're not as creative schematically now as they used to be. So the 3-4. They just line up base 3-4. Oh, we're gonna run it this.
And nickel, base 3-4 and Nick, Tate, 3-4 and the Nick.
They lighten the ass. We're gonna run on this. And that's what they're doing. If Pittsburgh will stick with the 3-4, the Steelers will stick with 3-4. They have to be willing to mix it up more. You know, I mean, as far as play calling, moving personnel, flipping sides with T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, maybe move them into the middle for a play or two so the defense know what you're doing. You know what I mean? All kind of different creative stuff they could do schematically that would help confuse the offense. Because like I said, that was a big part of it, was the fact that you didn't know what was coming when Blitzburg was truly at his peak.
Correct. And Tate, listen to this. When we're in cover, we're in 3-4 base and in nickel, guess what defense we run out of that more than anything? Freaking cover 4. Cover 4 means that you have 7 guys that are 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage. They're going to gash us all day and night. They're going to gash us. And that's what we saw when the defense got tired. And like you said, Tate, Watt and Highsmith couldn't get to the quarterback. And the defense was beat up. They looked trash. They looked trash. We got to move into that 4-3, but we got to get a dog in the middle. We got to get a dog in the middle. Once we get the dog, okay, let's go. But we got to get that dog in the middle, man. And Patrick Queen ain't that dude, bruh. Patrick Queen needs to move to the outside, and they need to put a thumper in the middle. That's what needs to happen in our defense.
And also, I mean, for the 3-4 to work, in which when it was working for the Steelers, the Steelers always had that dog nose tackle because he's the key. He's the key that's going to keep the linebackers clean.
Yo.
And like I said, when the Steelers was really working with that, you had Big Snack, you had Joel Steve. I mean, you had those dogs in the middle.
And you had football 30 years ago. It's different now. The guys get played off the field. It's a passing game. It's a slant game. You can't hit receivers over the middle. It's wide open. It's a fast track in the middle of the field now. Yeah. It ain't about being physicality. It ain't like in basketball where you come to the lane back in the day and you get a hard foul laid on you and you didn't get no flagrant or wasn't no big deal. It's a big deal in football now too. You can't just do that. What defense
do the Eagles run?
They run a 4-3.
Yeah.
They tear the quarterback ass up with 4. Mm-hmm. And everybody else is out there doing what they need to do. And if you run in the middle, you're going to get cracked. What defense do the San Francisco 49ers run? A 4-3.
Well, they don't have a traditional nose tackle. They got 2 defensive tackles in the 4-3, and they got Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, who both get pressure up the middle, which frees up some of them fast edge guys.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's push Black in there with Hampton, or if you want to run Black in there with Hayward, and then put a Harmon and what you call it on the outside. Okay, we can mix it up like that. But we ain't getting there with no 3-4, dog. What's
Black gonna do? So what you gonna do with Keanu Benton and Harmon and Cam?
Somebody going to work Black in. Well, Cam got one more year. So Black's in the rotation.
Yeah. After this year.
Black's in the rotation, but he's going to play a lot this year. But if you're running a 4-3 concept, you got to have Harmon and Black in the game. Keanu Benton too light in the ass. Keanu Benton can't handle that up in there in the middle, bro. That's why we got gas as the season went on.
In the 4-3, he's better suited to be a D tackle in the 4-3 than he is to be a nose in the 3-4.
Yeah, that is correct. Exactly. That is correct, Tate. That is correct. That is correct. So I'm like, man, no. Just go on and switch it up anyway. It's time, bro. We just got to get a thumper in the middle, and Patrick Queen ain't that dude, bro. Devo Williams is a thumper. That is facts. That is facts. We got to get a thumper. We need a dude in the middle that's coming downhill.
You need a dude in the middle to come downhill, but he also need to be respectable in coverage.
Ryan Shazier, Tate. There you go. That's perfect what you just said. Ryan Shazier was a thumper. He coming downhill, he gonna crack you, but he's decent in coverage. That's not hard to get. There's a lot of guys out there in college. Hell, we could have got Chris Paul this year from Ole Miss. That's a thumper. Downhill all day, every day. Downhill, let's go. So yeah, I'm really frustrated right now at the Steelers, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really frustrated because I'm seeing
Fellas.
what's got to change.
I agree. And we want to thank everybody in the live chat that's joined us and commented, man. We really value you guys' opinions about our Pittsburgh Steelers. We come here to talk about the Steelers the way we want to, good, bad, indifferent. We even let Padded Room Curb get his thoughts in, and we know them somewhere out there in space.
Way out there, Tate, Jupiter.
But yet you the one that had the ski mask on. But
hey, man, I crashed all the way out. I don't give a damn. I'm still crashing. I don't care. I crashed out. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna jump on out of here, man. We're gonna jump over to trade Kerby in for the OG triple OG Shannon White for the next show. Check out overtime. We'll get more into the picking stuff. We're gonna try and, as we see it right now, pick our 53-man roster. Each of us gonna visit each room. Demetrius Knight, B Dirt said Demetrius Knight is a thumper.
That's facts. That's facts, B Dirt. From South Carolina University, he's a thumper. He is.
Yeah, but we'll get out of here, man. Quick thoughts. Keep it under 30 seconds, gentlemen. If you got anything to say, go ahead, Kerb.
Steelers, what are y'all doing? I mean, come on. Just what's going on? That's all I can say. I mean, and like I said, I ain't trying to get back into this quarterback situation, but I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you signing the guy, not whatever, but just
it's going to happen, Kerb. Oh, Aaron Rodgers don't do mini camp and OT. He'll be there at the end of May. He gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
And we gonna talk about that a little too, because he made a commitment, just not to the Steelers. I heard Aaron Rodgers got married. We're gonna talk about that real quick on Pump Your Brakes. Big G, your thoughts real quick, man, and we out.
Man, listen, man. I done calmed down a little bit because I got it out of my system. But the first one of you Yenzies to get to tripping in the live chat over on Pump Your Brakes, ski skirt, shiesty is back in effect. It's ridiculous. Tate done walked me off the ledge a little bit. Kerby, you just led me to the damn padded room. So let's go, man. Let's go to Pump Your Brakes, man, and do what we got to do, man.
Kerb, stop taking people with you, man.
Crazy, man. You right. I am crazy.
Kerb, you can't take everybody.
When they sign them, y'all gonna be like, all right. Y'all see.
No, I ain't. No, I ain't, Kerby.
Yeah,
I'm going to be right back with the shiesty on.
It's the best option available. Though, Russ doing all right. I don't know if y'all seen that at the gala the other night. Russ and Sierra had on a dress that was like, ooh, wee.
Russ living life.
Yeah, Russ. Hey, man, I ain't mad at Russ, man. You just ain't the best quarterback no more, man. But yes, we're about to get out of here, man. Big G going over there to Pump Your Brakes. Kerb, we'll holler at you.
All right, man.
You going over there and handle your responsibilities and duties and keep the matrix folk in check for us, man.
All right, I got you.
From the perimeter. Your responsibility, Kerb, is to cover the perimeter.
I got you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate everybody. We see you over at Pump Your Brakes and the homies on Friday night.
All
Till
right.
the end.
Peace out.
Peace out.